Okay, today is November 17th, 2025, and yesterday the trumpet said that the House should vote on releasing the Epstein files. And he said, quote, "We have nothing to hide," unquote. So why does he do this after months of refusing to release them, including releasing the famous full redaction documents to starry-eyed right-wing podcasters? And why does it matter? This matters on several levels. First, there are real victims here, and he, along with rich and powerful men, are playing politics with their calls for justice. But on the larger question, which I focus on here, which is how we can restore and protect liberty and justice for all when this regime falls, what does this mean? It gives us a data point on an important question, which is how incapable has he become? It's deadly important for us to continually assess this question. Many of the pundits I really respect are pointing to his obvious decline into like a BS chatbot who celebrates women in martini glasses while Americans are going hungry. And all that points to someone who's lost touch with reality. And if that's true, then he's either, one, too deep in a bubble to know what's real, or two, too mentally diminished to understand it, or some combination of both. And if he's lost touch with reality, then he won't make the right moves, because people who can't read the board will fuck it up, and they're easier to beat. Pundits are reassuring us that we can see this inevitable downfall from here, but I want to caution not so fast, because this move that he just made of lying that he has nothing to hide and stepping back from opposing the House vote on releasing the Epstein files shows that he can still read the board. He realized he was going to lose this vote so badly, and he realized how god-awful it was going to look with him being the only one who says, don't release the files. So he made the right tactical play, which is stall for time. He is unraveling one of his infuriating classical misdirect plays right in front of us. Despite whatever diminishment he suffers from, he's making this work yet again. And it's basically not just the stall and supporting the House vote to release the files. It's ridiculous if you step back, because he can release the files on his own authority, as he promised to do in the campaign. But now the story stays with how will Congress vote? And the Senate may not even take the measure up at all. So he's getting to deflect blame for not releasing them. He's deflecting that blame to the legislature when he's the one who's obstructing the release from the executive. The House will vote overwhelmingly soon to release the Epstein files because every member is up for the election next year. And this has become the fixture story across the country. In the Senate, only 22 Republicans are up for re-election in 2026, and all but 7 are considered safe red seats. This means Trump has margin to burn to defeat this in the Senate if it even comes up for a vote, which it probably won't, since the senators are protecting him and other powerful donors who are in the files. Even if the Senate smells death in the water and votes for the release, Trump still needs to sign it. And so he can invent some reason not to do so, like it doesn't protect the victims enough or something. Then it would need to override a veto. And that's even more senators to flip. So let's not forget that he is lying, because he clearly has so much to hide. Exhibit A is that he himself can release these files as he promised repeatedly, but he won't. This lie demonstrates his power to reassure people who are still vulnerable to his lie. This move to stall for time, to put a Band-Aid on losing the House vote, and to use his lies to avoid responsibility tells us something sobering. Because despite the signs that he's losing it, he still has working instincts for political survival. His bubble is not too thick and his mind is not too weak, which makes him still a formidable foe, and so our danger is still extreme. Many pundits who should know better than I say he will continue to sink in power because he will no longer be able to control Republican members' elections because he won't be on the ballot in 2028. I'm a contrarian. I believe the path that he is planning includes him running as vice president. I've posted separately on that in order to succeed to a third term. Based on this turnaround from him yesterday, I also believe that he realizes he's going to lose that general election in 2028. And if that's true, and he's able to think and plan rationally, despite his decline in public coherence, that means he's likely planning on using federal sanctioned violence on January 6th, 2029. That's a scenario I'll be unpacking in detail in upcoming videos. I believe he will ultimately fail, but not before shredding any remaining sense of normalcy about our self-government. Furthermore, I believe we have a better chance of suffering less damage and misery if we are clear-eyed in preparing. So if you want to follow that analysis, please subscribe here so that you can be notified when I put out my guano crazy scenarios for January 6, 2029. In solidarity for the future of ourselves, our children, and our country. Amen. America.